Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So since the last video, I had a follow-up appointment with the orthopedic surgeon. I've been continuing with my occupational therapy and I'm finally back to full-time hours at work, so that is great. As far as this video goes, I'll kind of go through and let you know everything that happened during my follow-up appointment and just give you an update on my work situation and as far as occupational therapy, how all that has been going. So let's get started. So during the follow-up appointment, what they did, they looked at both of the suture lines, which as you can see, they are healing up very nicely. Both of them are completely closed. The elbow is probably going to be a little bit more noticeable of a scar than the wrist is. That's okay, I kind of figured that it was going to be that way. As far as the elbow goes though, it's on the inside, so you're probably not even going to be able to see it anyways. Then, once they looked at the suture lines, they went through some range of motion. They wanted to see if I could touch my shoulder, which I told them that I still can't. I can get close. I am able to wash my hair and pull my hair up and get dressed and that sort of thing. But the motion all the way touching my shoulder, I still have a lot of difficulty with it. They just told me to keep doing my at-home exercises and continue with the occupational therapy. As far as my wrist goes, this was my biggest concern going into this appointment. As you can see, if I put my hands together, my wrist is still not very good flexibility-wise, which is very alarming to me. I know of a couple people that have had carpal tunnel release done. They said usually at this point in time, you're able to move your wrist a little bit more than what I am. They said it may not be back to full strength, but they are able to kind of move the wrist completely in a circle, and I really have been struggling with that. As you can see, I can make a fist now, which is a lot better. So with that being a concern, I did ask them about that, you know, why is my wrist still like this? So when they did the actual exam of my wrist and elbow, they could tell that both areas are still pretty swollen. To help with that, they actually put me on some diclofenac sodium. These are delayed release tablets. This is pretty much the same thing as like Voltaren gel. You can actually buy it over the counter now. They just put me on this tablet form instead. So I've been taking one in the morning and one in the evening, and I take them for 30 days. On top of the anti-inflammatory medication, they also extended my occupational therapy out, and I go back to another follow-up appointment on the 20th of this month. So hopefully by then I'll be a little bit further along. I don't really know. I'm just kind of taking it day by day. I can tell though from last Tuesday to today, my swelling in my wrist has gone down quite a bit. I actually can see the bones in the side of my wrist, so that's good news. So I know that it is working. They told me pretty much to keep taking it even if I've started to notice a difference, that it's kind of a medicine that I need to keep taking to build up in my system. So I've just been taking it and hoping that it continues to work and helps along with therapy. The other thing that they told me to do is 30 minutes before therapy to take some Tylenol extra strength. So I've been doing that as well. And it's been pretty good therapy-wise. I've noticed some differences in movement, so that's a good thing. But that's pretty much it for the follow-up appointment. So let's move on to the occupational therapy. So as far as therapy goes, it's been going really well. I have been continuing with the 3 sessions a week, an hour each session. They didn't decrease it any, like I said in some of my previous videos, partly because I'm not far enough along where they would like me to be, despite doing my exercises at home, and I have been icing and doing heat at home as well as at therapy. So I'm just continuing with the 3 days a week, and they just got the new prescription to extend the therapy out. This Friday was supposed to be my last day, but instead I think they've extended it out like another 3 weeks. So I'll get my new schedule for therapy tomorrow, so I'll see kind of what they how many sessions a week they're wanting me to do and for how long. Yesterday, they actually did new measurements at therapy to kind of see my progress, how far I've come since the first session. So, like in my previous video where I kind of went through and told you all the measurements and stuff that they took, that's basically what they did this time. The only difference that they did, she had like a, I don't have anything to describe it, but it's like a clamp, and you grab a hold of it and you squeeze it as hard as you can, and it lets them know how many pounds of pressure you can squeeze with that hand. Just to give you an idea of the difference between the arm I had surgery in and my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand. This one was at 40 pounds and this one was at 14. Functional level, they said, is 30, so that's our goal for this hand. I'm almost halfway there. If I can get to 30, they said that I can continue to strengthen it as I go. But for now, that's the goal. The wrist movement, I was at like under 10 degrees or something, and I actually got to 30 degrees when they did my wrist measurements yesterday. So it is an improvement, but I've still got a long ways to go to get to the measurements of my opposite hand or to get it back to functional level. So I'm going to continue to work hard, take my medicine like they've told me to. I've been doing my at-home exercises. As you can see, I'm not wearing a sleeve right now. That's because I just took it off. But I actually ordered one off of Amazon. It's called, I think I typed in like edema glove, and this is what it pulls up. I have two of them. So one of them doesn't have the fingertips in it. The difference is they're made out of different material. This one I'm actually allergic to, so I have not worn it but like twice, and I figured out this is what I was allergic to, so I haven't worn it since then. They were only like $10, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But this one has been great. It actually goes all the way up above my elbow, so it's continuing to help with swelling. I mainly wear this when I'm at work, or if I'm up walking around, just to kind of keep that swelling out of my lower part of my arm. So it's been really good. I think the company that makes it is called Raylon, R-A-Y-L-O-N. So definitely a good product to look into if you are having both of these surgeries done and you're having issues with swelling. I've noticed a big difference, but yeah, so these are really good. Some other stuff that I did order off of Amazon, I ordered this massage cream. It's called Deep Prep Versa Massage Cream. I use this to massage over my scar areas. This is actually the same stuff that they use during my occupational therapy. I found it online and ordered some so I can do my scar massages at home. The other one that I ordered is the same Deep Prep, but this one is a therapeutic massage cream, so once the scarred tissue gets broken up a little bit more, I'll probably continue to use this other one, the orange one, just to continue working the muscles and get them warmed up before I do stretches and that sort of thing. But anyways, these both were, I think these were like $10 per container. They're 8-ounce containers. So, but anyways, it's a cream. So it's just a white color. Sorry, there you go. But yeah, they work really well. The difference between the two, if you're wondering, the blue one actually works on scarred tissue, kind of gets you ready for any type of stretching. If you just had surgery, it's great, like I said, for scar massaging. The other one has more oils in it. This one actually has rosemary, let's see what else, soybean oil, like a lot of different, let's see, fennel oil, and vitamin E, and a bunch of other stuff. But this one's also really good. So I've got those two. The last thing I did order, I didn't have one. I ordered these heat packs. These are moist heat. They actually have Velcro, so you can use them and wrap them around. I put these in the microwave for 2 minutes and get them nice and warm. It actually came with 2 of them. So what I do is put one down and put my arm on top of it, take the other one and lay it over the top of my arm so it fully penetrates all of the arm and gets it nice and warmed up before I do my stretches at home. So I do that, and then once I get them nice and warmed up, I do my massage with the Versa cream, the blue one. After that, I do all of my stretches, and I've been doing a bunch of different drills that they gave me to do, or activities to do at home, just to kind of get my wrist action going a little bit more. But as far as all the stuff goes that I've ordered, like I said, everything has been great. I definitely recommend these. These you can actually put in the freezer as well. You just have to put them in a bag, I think. But I just ordered them for the heat purpose. So I have to try them out with the cold. I actually have some cold packs that I use as well. Once I finish all of my stretching and do all of that, I usually ice my arm once I finish and then go from there. But as far as therapy goes, like I said, I've just been continuing to go. I think most of the activities have been the same. They still do the same, heat my arm up. The only difference with heat now, they did the sand machine. It's like a sand blaster. It's this big cube, but you put your arm in there and it's got loose sand that's in the machine, and they turn it on and it's heated, so the sand's like blowing around, and you can kind of work your hand, like turning your hand over, squeezing and making a fist and that sort of thing. You sit in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. They do that instead of the heat packs now, which I actually like because it gets my motion of my fingers and my wrist. I try to work on, moving the wrist a lot more. But I think that's really the only difference that they've been doing in therapy. They also did the ultrasound, which just improves blood flow, is the easiest way to explain what it does. It just goes through the skin, kind of wakes up scarred tissue a little bit, but they did that on my wrist and they've done it on my elbow as well. Seems to be working pretty well. Like I said, I still have quite a long way to go, but I've just been continuing to go to my therapy like I'm supposed to. Been doing my exercises at home the best I can, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see what my new therapy schedule is here tomorrow and go from there. But let's move on to how work's been going. So work's been going really good. Like I said earlier, I am back to full-time hours, so that's great. And they did clear me with no restrictions, with me keeping in mind that that is more so for desk duty. So if someone were to need help lifting a resident or something like that, that I need to be cautious about picking heavy stuff up right now. They don't really want me doing that yet. But as far as desk work type stuff goes, that's like typing on the computer, using the mouse, picking up paper, filing stuff, picking up notebooks, anything that's not excessively heavy. They said that's fine, to try to get that motion into my wrist and my fingers to get them nice and loose. Haven't really had any pain while I've been at work. Like I said, the only medicine I've been taking is the Tylenol right before I go to therapy and this anti-inflammatory medicine. No other pain medicine at all. But the typing on the computer is not bad unless I've just been to therapy. They usually work on my finger movements a lot. So when I go back to work, if I do any typing on the computer, I get really bad cramps in my forearm. I know it's just the muscles that haven't been worked like that in a while. They're trying to get their strength back. But that's pretty much the worst of any pain that I've had. As far as my symptoms go at work, haven't had any symptoms since the surgery, like I said before. No numbness or tingling in my fingers or my elbow. But yeah, so pretty much work's been going well, even with me going back full-time hours. I still struggle a little bit trying to keep it at the full-time. With me leaving for therapy, it usually takes me about 2.5 hours from leaving work, getting to therapy, doing my therapy, and then driving back to work. But I've been making it work, just going in a little bit earlier or staying a little bit later, just to get all my work done and help them out where needed. So other than that though, I mean, just going to keep doing my exercises and hopefully I will continue to progress week to week and add more stuff that I can do at work, and eventually get back to helping with resident care and that sort of thing. But I'll just keep working on it week to week. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them the best I can. But thanks for watching, and I hope you tune in to the next video.